Thank you. So I'm Dave Oldham, I'm the CEO and co-founder of nuvi, and we're excited to be here as a finalist for the General Mills Social Media Engagement Challenge. We appreciate you guys putting this together for us. I have to say I'm a huge fan of bro play, so I'm excited to get engaged with you guys. We'd really love to work on that product with you. But more seriously, nuvi is a real-time social analytics and engagement engine that runs in a browser. nuvi reveals the stories being told by vast amounts of data in real time. It uncovers insights and makes the data actionable and understandable for marketing, advertising, and communications decision makers. nuvi also analyzes conversations from a geographic perspective in real time at street level detail. And nuvi also analyzes trending themes, emotional categories, and keywords using natural language processing. nuvi is a world-class monitoring and measurement platform for social media. We help brands formulate their campaign strategy, then measure the effectiveness of the campaign once we launch it. nuvi was born out of a digital creative agency called Struck, and our team built the visualization layer for the Gatorade mission control. nuvi measures the impact and effectiveness of marketing efforts in social and digital channels. And we analyze things like sentiment, reach, spread, and we allow you to interact and engage with customers one-on-one in real time. For example, last week there was a tweet from Healthy Tips that talked about Greek yogurt as a fat-burning alternative, which was retweeted by none other than Honey Boo Boo, which increased the spread 20 times. And so for a few hours, that conversation was extremely viral, and we were tracking that entire conversation. So we keep track of data about the individuals who are participating in the conversations in order to identify the top influencers who are leading the conversation and impacting the value of your brand. We've been very lucky to work with some of the best agencies out there, and in conjunction with those agencies, some of the world's largest brands. We also recently just announced a partnership with Business Wire to track and monitor all of the conversations in social media around the press releases that they're issuing for their clients. So here's some examples of where nuvi is currently in action. We're being used by a global shoe brand to craft all of their online social campaign strategies. We have a major agency which is creating social personas and tracking engagement and response to different targeted messages for consumer goods brands. There was a global financial institution that's a customer of nuvi that was alerted to and successfully prepared for an online security threat. And we have a multinational web hosting company that's identifying leads and customer support opportunities in real time. And a nonprofit organization recently created an online game and a campaign to educate public about sustainable tuna fishing based on insights that it got from the nuvi platform. So our proposal to Uplay is to create a social media command center with nuvi as the centerpiece technology to help you identify and gain insights for how you want to execute your campaigns, the messaging and the strategies and the target markets, and then measure the effectiveness of those campaigns once they've been launched. So you could effectively use nuvi in conjunction with some of the other platforms that you've seen here today. So we're kind of in the beginning and on the end. We think that nuvi can be used for Yoplay to engage influencers in real time one-on-one, which you've done successfully starting with Yoplay, Sarah. Inform new creative ideas for your print and online, respond to questions and customer concerns in real time, analyze product feedback, and discover and exploit competitor weaknesses. Investment in nuvi extends well beyond a single campaign. It can become an ongoing integral tool to help Yoplay accomplish your social media objectives, as well as using it for bigger parts of the General Mills family. So we've been monitoring Yoplay for the past week or two, and we've uncovered some interesting insights already. There are a lot of males engaged around Yoplay conversation, a lot of them talking about taste and yogurt as a meal replacement. There's a lot of social couponing. You know that already, but it's interesting to see who the influencers are and who's behind that social couponing. There's some interesting product feedback with respect to some of the packaging. and Greek flavors and taste options and other products that are going into the yogurt. And then there was some interesting campaign feedback recently related to women being flaky, or the advertisement showing women being flaky because they're thinking about calories instead, around the hashtag not buying it. So nuvi can empower Yoplait to accomplish its engagement goals and can be used by the broader General Mills family in a similar fashion. We'll also help Yoplait keep a close eye on your competition in real time, and we'll analyze your performance across the social media channels that you publish content in. We'll track which content and which individuals are impacting the business objectives outlined by Yoplait for all of your social media campaigns. So we'd love to work with General Mills and Yoplait. Check us out at nuviapp.com. You can also text the word nuvi to the number 62626 to watch a little demo video on your phone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for that. Quick question on your data sources. Is part of your secret sauce any unique data, or are you using generally syndicatable data and you've just got, I shouldn't say just, but you've got an analytic engine on top of that?
Yeah, we don't get access to any different or unique data that other similar platforms like ours get access to. We get the entire Twitter fire hose. We have access to everything public on Facebook or Facebook through your authorized login. All of the other social channels that any other analytics platform could get access to, we have access to. So our secret sauce is the analytics that we're doing, the visualization of the data, and then the architecture. Our platform is designed to actually be able to plug into other components in the marketing workflow.
Okay, so the business arrangement would be something like a subscription to the tool and then some sort of professional services layer on top of it?
Yep, exactly.
So which client have you seen sort of take this the furthest? You know, both the tool that's available and the insights that you're generating?
It's a good question. We actually have some really cool stories. Most of the brands have kind of put us under an embargo right now because they see nuvi as a really competitive advantage and they don't want a lot of their competitors finding out about it yet. We're kind of getting to the point where it's becoming more and more public, so we're going to be able to start telling some of those. But we've had a couple of really big agencies use nuvi effectively to craft their online strategies to begin with and then to measure those after the fact. And from a consumer goods standpoint, it's mainly been shoes and retail goods. I don't have a specific example in the food category yet.
Have you installed a multi-brand solution? I'm just thinking about, clearly it's a Yoplait focused project, but there's, even within Yoplait, there's a bunch of different brands in there, and how do you start to try and tease that apart in an organization like ours with a ton of brands?
Yeah, it's a great question. nuvi can be very detailed. You can follow a lot of different topics that you want to monitor, and it can be as detailed as a single hashtag that you want to monitor from a campaign perspective. You can monitor individual brands and then compare those brands both from an internal perspective and then competitive brands against each other. And then you can roll that up even to like General Mills, looking at all the family of brands and how they're performing collectively across social media.
So it feels like a pretty crowded space that you guys are in. Is it really the visualization and just the fact that the data's there for somebody to actually act on that is the key differentiator? I mean,
Yeah.
you use Crimson Hexagon and a bunch of other stuff across the org, and it's just like, okay, what's unique here?
Yeah, I think it's the visualizations, really. It's the fact that, from the Gatorade project, the thing that people loved about it was that non-analytical types could look at the data and make instant decisions in real time. It's the type of thing that would empower a brand to do the Oreo thing right in the middle of the Super Bowl without having to do a ton of analysis for it. We weren't involved in that, so I don't want to misrepresent that, but that's the capability of the system, is real-time decision-making for non-analytical types.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.